Hello and welcome back. Please like and subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed the videos in today's video. Recently re-watched Lord of the Rings and couldn't help imagining it was a D&D game. DM. Alright, so you arrive at the mountainside of the Mines of Moria. What do you do? Wizard. I'd like to make a check for any magical entranceways. Perhaps a door or something. DM. Roll Arcana Wizard. 2, plus 8 Su 10. DM. Alright. You find a magical door revealed by the moonlight. It has elvish runes inscribed on it, but you aren't sure their meaning. Rogue. Hey, can I just go ahead and make an Arcana check too? Thanks. Nat 20 Booyah. DM. Wizard. DM. Okay, you understand the riddle and the door opens. Wizard. Oh, for fuck's sake. DM. So to get to your destination you can either go over the mountains, under the mountains, or through the Gap of Rohan. Wizard. Can I roll history to see if I know anything about the mountains? DM. Yeah, sure. Wizard. Nice. 23. So what do I know? DM. Alright, cool. So you know that under the mountains there is a massive demon known as a Balrog, and at your current level it could easily kill the entire party. Wizard. Shit. Well, I'll let the rogue decide where we go. Rogue. Hold on. Did you share with us the information about the Balrog? Wizard. No. Rogue. Wizard. Rogue. I guess my character would choose under the mountain. DM. Facepalm **. That part was always a bit frustrating. I don't know how it's handled in the books, but it's very strange of Gandalf to hide that information. Poor Gimli thinks he's going to have a great time visiting some distant relatives that he hasn't seen in years. Gandalf seems to know that they released a giant Balrog. Is that where Gandalf's knowledge of Moria ends? Does he know what happened immediately after? Also, it seems that the dwarves of Moria were all murdered by orcs and not a Balrog. Did the dwarves unleash the Balrog while mining, then sealed it back up, or imprisoned it somewhere in the mines? It's not clear whether or not Gandalf knew that the dwarves were dead. Did the orcs come later, kill the dwarves, and accidentally release the Balrog? Was Gandalf unaware that the dwarves had died and he was just iffy about taking the party through a dwarven kingdom that he knew was keeping a Balrog locked in their cellar? I rather imagine that the wizard succeeded on the Arcana check to reveal the riddle and how the magic door works, but no matter how high the roll, an Arcana check isn't going to automatically solve a riddle for you. So now all the players are sitting there, scratching their heads while the DM is facepalming at the fact that his players can't solve what he thought was a super simple riddle. Half the party has given up and are getting bored before the rogue player's eyes go wide as he shouts, "Ooh. Ooh, I've got it." Remember, DMs, the solutions to your puzzles and riddles always seem more straightforward and easier to you than they will to your players. Try dumbing down your puzzles, riddles before implementing them. If the puzzle, riddle is blocking necessary progress, then always come up with at least 2 other possible solutions to solve or circumvent the puzzle. If the party somehow comes up with a seemingly viable solution to progress that you hadn't thought of, let them do it. And then when the party enters the mine, the DM puts too much emphasis on the corpses of dwarves everywhere, so they chicken out and leave. The DM realizes he has been planning this mine for months and has nothing else planned, so he slams down a massive kraken outside the mine to force his players back in and then collapses the rocks behind them. DM. There is a large gap. You need at least a 15 to make it. Fighter. Damn, I should have put more points in athletics. Ranger. If I help you I can give you a +2 bonus. DM. Before you rises a giant demon of shadow and flame. It. Wizard. Wait, how much XP is he worth? DM. UHM. 30.000, so divided by 9 that would be. Wizard. Run, you fools. Wizard. I told you that earth-shattering spell would be useful. Fighter. Wait, monster was before you in initiative. Wizard. Oh, just do the monster's attack retroactively, I don't mind. DM. Okay. Monster whips you for 2 damage. Wizard. Oh no. NEW. DM. And pulls you 1d6 tiles closer to him. Wizard. Shit, holy shot, I had this exact thought. DM. You arrive at the pile of burnt bodies. Dwarf Paladin. I want to search the bodies. DM. You find a belt, it looks elven. Elf Rogue. I roll 18 investigation. DM. You know it's theirs. Human Ranger. I want to kick something. DM. Okay, do an attack roll. Hour. S*******, crit fail. DM. You kick a helmet hard, break your toe and fall to the ground screaming. Later, a post to RPG Horror Stories. My DM broke my character's toe for kicking a helmet. I was just trying to make an emotional RP scene and he ruined it. Same scene. No way Aragon tracks them through that battlefield without a nat 20. NUHR DM takes pity on him after he breaks his toe and his player complains. I've been thinking about how the characters of the Fellowship would be statted out during my re-watch. 4K Extended Edition just shipped at the end of last month. I think a more realistic way it plays out is something like this. The Rohirrim direct them to the pile of burnt bodies, and the players behind Aragorn, Legolas, Gimli roll perception and investigation to check out the area, but none of them roll very well and all they find is the belt. Feeling sorry for them, the DM suggests Aragorn roll survival, a skill he is proficient in, to study the evidence on the ground and deduce the events of the battle. Aragorn rolls decently, maybe a 12 to 13, but his modifier is absolutely towering because his Whiz stat is cranked and he's been living off the land for decades, and ends up with a total north of 30. This roll is high enough for the DM to literally just narrate the events as they happened the night before, which he had intended to do in bits and pieces as they investigated new evidence, but all three players botched their rolls. I really prefer how PF2 handled this. For some skill-related actions, like recall knowledge, if you are not proficient in the skill you cannot make the attempt. PF2 Lord of the Rings ends with a turnpike to the Kraken outside the mines of Moria due to a bad Arcana check. Gandalf, DMPC, ugh. Nah. He's just an aggressive min-maxer who got overconfident when the DM told him several times to run away from the Balrog. His character dies, he gets pissed, leaves the group for a while, joins back up a few sessions later having rolled up basically the same wizard but matching the party level, and he has a white beard now. Wizard, hey guys, glad to be back. I brought my new character. He's a wizard named Gandalf who carries a large staff and DM. He's the exact same as your first wizard. Even the name is the same. Player, no it's not. This is Gandalf the White. He's here to avenge the death of his little brother, Gandalf the Grey. Oh, also he's more powerful cause he's older and more experienced. Gandalf is the party's old GM who left to go to college, so he only plays with the group sometimes. New GM said no magic cause he wants to do a more gritty game, but he let the old GM be a wizard anyway because he's only gonna play once in a while, so why not? When Gandalf's player goes back to college after a long weekend or spring break etc., his character must go investigate wizardly things, and disappears for a while. He's also not afraid to die since he's only around sometimes, so he makes a dramatic sacrifice to save the group, but then next time he's back he didn't have time to make a new character so he just plays the same one and says he's the twin brother of the old one. The current GM lets him do silly fight-winning things like pull in an ally army while he was away, in order to save the group without having to nerf encounters too much, etc. True. One fun idea: there were 4 players, each with a level 5 warrior and a level 1 halfling. Now, which halfling goes with which warrior? Merry and Pippin go with Legolas and Gimli. I think Pippin and Gimli have the same player who enjoys Fangorn a little too much, alternately terrified of the trees or blissfully unaware of the danger. Frodo and Sam's players are keen on RP, and end up dominating the campaign's main plots. Sam also controls Aragorn. Early characterization sees both Sam and Aragorn throwing heaps of support behind Frodo, before the player sorts out the characterization. Frodo's player is a bit of a troll, and giggles as he forces the GM to resolve conflicts that are just one player arguing with themselves. Unfortunately, Boromir is the character they had more fun playing and they struggle to get as much mileage out of Frodo later on, although the one-on-one RP with Sam's player is some of the best they've ever done. Pippin, Gimli, comedic relief. Frodo, Boromir, always whining that they get hit, growing out of it in the end. Sam, Aragorn, the serious and good-willed guy trying to move his party forward. Merry, Legolas, just going with the flow, following the serious guys and doing cool shit. Staying in character most of the time but a little shy,